Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to yahawashi, yahawashi, Hashem Makar Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great Muslims who well. Citation out to the Yakim, peace and safety to the women and children. And, we're going to be brought before high council, kings, and governors, man. And what does that represent today? We're going to be brought before the elites of this world. We're going to be brought before men of authority, man, because of what we're saying. At first, this truth was ignored. Who are these guys, running their mouth? No one cares. Guys on the streets, they bug out, But the issue is that this knowledge is spreading rapidly throughout the earth. Okay? It's spreading rapidly throughout the earth, so now it's becoming a big thing, Now people are paying more attention to this truth. People are taking notice to this truth. At first, it was somewhat of a comical thing, The apostles made World Star a few times, because they was in the spirit getting on our sister, the so-called black woman, the so-called Latino woman, the so-called Native American woman. They were getting on these women, and people thought it was funny. A lot of men did come in by way of that, and so at first it was a comical thing. At first, Esau being a so-called white man would say, "Oh, these bunch of niggas, they're gonna die out." But the thing is, through the spirit and power of yahawashi and yahawashi, the apostles and elders were prophesying to the wind, and they have testimonies of prophesying and no one being out there to listen. And they figured that the apostles would die out, but through the spirit and power of the Lord, they didn't. See, what Esau got to understand is that this is a spiritual thing. Everything we're doing is not of our will. Every time I do a show, it's because, it was up to me. I don't consider myself a prophet or anything. I consider myself a warrior, but I can't help but push these shows. So every time I talk, it's from inspiration of the spirit. Where's the spirit? Our thoughts. Those thoughts that just creep up into our head. And the thing is that it's a thought that's consuming. So you may have to start, and if you don't say it, you start to feel sick, okay? You start to feel sick, you start to feel guilty. You gotta do it, You gotta do it, okay? So, that's what it is. It's the spirit that leads us, man. It's the spirit that inspires us. This is not our will, man. This is, this is the Lord doing all the work. I gotta be honest, man, because once the thoughts in our mind, man, we just flow. This the Lord's doing all the work, man. We're just machines, And the more we acknowledge that, the more we understand that we're just machines, man. We're just programmed, okay? And we're doing what He programmed us to do. And the more we acknowledge that, and the more we understand that, the more we realize how programmed that we are, okay? So that time is coming very soon that Esau's going to roll on us, because he has to get physical, and we're going to be brought before men of authority, man. Kings and governors and rulers, man. They're going to say, "What is this you say?" Esau is merciful in his wickedness. He'll say, "Look, well, you either stop saying that, or you have to suffer this, this, and that." So we're just going to have to suffer this, this, and that. That's just what it is. And it's just what we're going to have to deal with. I was reading on yahawashi, man, about his hour of temptation, his crucifixion, man. He had it bad, man. So we got to put ourselves in his shoes, man. And being understanding of what he went through and what he had to endure, man. He was spit on, beat on, scourged, Then as the Romans were beating him, they were getting on their knees saying, "Oh, hail the King of the Jews." And so if he went through that, and this is the man that we're following after, we got to be prepared to endure these things, man. No one said it was going to be easy road, and a straight gate, man. On one side is water, the other side is fire. One side is a burning and consuming fire, one side is deep rushing waters. And a walk, only one man can walk at a time. So it's not supposed to be an easy thing. It's supposed to be very hard, man. Daily is a fight, is a struggle daily our spirits cry unto the Lord, man. This is a constant battle. There's no rest. Rise, you need to depart. For now is not your rest, and that's a fact. Not until the kingdom come, you know. And sometimes, you know, you look around and you see the wicked, they're succeeding, they're at peace, they're having fun, you know. But that's not our time right now, you know. It may suck, like, oh man, I wanna, you know, I wish I could have it just a little bit better. You know, you're burning in your spirit. Your spirit's the scripture says, your spirit's constantly crying. You know, so it sucks. It's supposed to suck. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be terrible. We're supposed to be bitter. You know, okay. John the Baptist said it was sweet in his mouth as honey, but bitter in his stomach. Yeah, because this is a bitter thing, man. This is our punishment and our imprisonment, man. Okay, this is a bitter thing, man. It's supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to be fun. We're not supposed to be having fun. You know? They that cry now shall laugh later. So right now we're crying. And the world is like, everything's balanced, man. We're gonna have our time to shine. But right now we gotta be in the dark. We gotta suffer. Until all things be fulfilled. And then once all things are fulfilled, we're going to be brought out of that. Okay? Once all things get fulfilled, we'll be brought out of that. But right now, we just have to endure hardship. You know, the scripture says, endure hardship as a good soldier. So that's what we have to do right now. Even though it does suck, but this is what we have to go through. This is what we have to do. You know? But yeah, we're going to be brought before High Council, man. And they're gonna want to know what we're saying. I mean, they know what we're saying, but they want us to confess it before them. See if we have the balls, you know, because it's easy to do it, you know, when the fire is not directly in front of you. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to talk about jumping in the fire. You know, you can talk about jumping in the fire for years, but when the fire comes, are you actually going to jump in it? So they want to see if we're going to have the same balls that we do when we preach it, to say it to their face. You know, knowing the power they have, you know, knowing what they can do. But what Esau fails to realize is that there's a thing called reincarnation. And if we're the men that died back in the ancient world for this truth's sake, we'll die again. That's what Esau doesn't understand. And no, we're not afraid, like Apostle Gabar said. Are we scared? Hell no. No, that's not the spirit the Lord gave us, man. To be afraid is to spit on Yahweh's face, man. It's not about that. And then Yahweh say to Joshua, be not afraid, for I'm with thee. Be thou courageous, for I'm with thee wherever thou may go. And Yahweh said to his disciples, and anyone that believes on him, that lo, I'm with you to the end of the earth. So we gotta be hard, man. We gotta be men. You know, no fear can exist. Now, don't get me wrong, the flesh is weak. You know, so when the fire comes, your flesh might get weak for a little bit. But your spirit gonna, you're gonna shake it off. You know, the flesh is weak. You know, so in the beginning you might be, oh man, you know, you might be a little nervous. But the flesh is weak, but the spirit will win. You know, flesh is weak, spirit is willing, man. You know, so all things is being fulfilled, man. We're approaching that time speedily. Okay, we're approaching that time speedily, man. You know, so these things will come to pass, and we will be brought before High Council, man. You know, with that, shalom.